Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Welcome to Home Built Workshop. I hope you and you and you and you and you, I hope all of you are doing great today. Happy Wednesday morning. Knocking stuff over or something already. What's everybody up to? How we doing this fine Wednesday? As we get settled in here. Right on. Let's see. Time Surfing. What's up? Time Surfing says happy Wednesday. Sam says hello, everyone. Paul's here. Paul says greetings. Mike, morning all. And to you too, Jeff. Thanks, Mike. And Sam said, Jeff's just making coffee. Bam. Yeah, we got the coffee here. We are good to go. There's a bug on me. Oh, that's good stuff today. Mike says, so should we ask what kind he drinks? Mike, you know, you might be surprised and that, or maybe not, I don't know. I do not drink any sort of fancy type coffee. It is literally Maxwell House, the original roast, only because I can buy it in the giant can. Like the big can. I just buy the biggest can I can get. Not at all fancy. And I love it. It's great. You know, I'm not one of the connoisseurs. Is that the word I should use? I don't get hung up on brand, really. That's just what I get because that's what I like. But really, as long as it's coffee, I don't really care. As long as it's coffee, it's fine. But that is what I buy only because I can get the giant can of it. Harry Dude says, look out, box in the background. What's up, Harry Dude? yeah, look at that. We're gonna get into that later. We're doing that here live. I've been sitting on this thing, not literally, but it's been here for a while, and I'm waiting to share it all with you guys. Time Servant says, geez, you'd think a guy with 100K could be on time. Time Surfing. I'm sorry. I thought we were on time. Oh boy, Donna's here. Donna says, hey, coffee up. Good morning. Donna, good morning. Coffee up to you. Cheers. Man, that's good stuff today. Woo. Mike says 100K, eh? Yeah, something about that. I don't know. Kizzy's here. Kizzy says, I slept in and now I feel like poop. Ugh. You know, that I'm the same way, right? So if I sleep too long and like really sleep in, man, I just wake up and I feel terrible. I feel like I've like missed the entire day. The whole like the day is gone and wasted. It's really weird. You know, it's not back when I was playing gigs all the time. Well, of course, you get home 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you got to sleep in a little bit. But now, I mean, if I'm not out super late, yeah, and I sleep in, it's just horrible. It just ruins my day. Is that a sign that I'm getting older? I don't know. Paul says, time surfing. Nah, he's all bougie now, feeling all special. Ugh. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Fair enough, Paul. I can take it. Sam said, did you get the button? It's right there. We'll open it later. I've been saving it for you guys. Time Surfing is laughing. Yeah, it's fine. Sam says it takes Jeff a few moments to brush his hair before doing the stream. I know, you would be surprised. I mean, I can't get this look by, you know, just rolling out of bed. It's funny. You guys are great. Sam, that's the whole problem. Kizzy says these guys are waking me up. Yeah, get a couple laughs in. I'll take it. I got broad shoulders. Isn't that what they say? I can take it. You guys can razz me and I can take it. I'll take a few. I'll take some razzing if it helps wake you up. And Paul says, you know, you're going to have to remake the frame of the button to make it officially home built. Yeah, we'll see what we got. I don't even know what it looks like yet. We'll have to. Maybe we'll just make another frame for it. That way it can be home built. And more surfaces to collect dust. Maybe that should be a project. We'll just make a simple frame Or maybe not a simple frame. Maybe it has to be like the world's most complicated frame. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So what's everybody working on? What's going on? Projects on the bench? A time servant says, Paul's got a good point. Yeah, we'll do something. Mike says, I was thinking Jeff should make his own DIY button. I did that. I showed it last week. I did that like a long time ago. Made my own kind of thing. Paul says, probably standard black MDF cheap frame. Yeah, it might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll bet it's not even in a frame. The ones I've seen it's not in a frame. Are they in a frame anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Right on. I love the idea. My apologies. I don't know how to say that. How to say your name. I love ideas. Right on. Right on. Welcome. Time Serpent. A shadow box full of sawdust. You know, that might be kind of cool. If you did a shadow box, right, and you put the frame in there, and then you filled the rest around the shadow box with sawdust and literally packed the back on there so that it's, you know how you mat a photo? You know, like the fancy pictures all have a matting. What if your matting wasn't really matting, but it was sawdust? I kind of like that idea. That might be kind of fun. I got a piece of hardboard here. You could use that as the back, you know, to be able to pack it in there. And it's just all kinds of random sawdust. Maybe some little rocks and pebbles. And the play button is in there. Whatever it is. I don't know. Interesting. Mike says, no frame, the whole new button. Yeah, it's a new size. I don't know when they changed, but... Kizzy says, the cutter head of my planer cracked, and I installed a helical head yesterday. I'm scared to turn it on. I might flip the switch and take cover. Oh, man, it's going to be fine. If you put the helical head in there, yeah, it's going to be fine. Make sure, the only thing I would say, and you probably already did, I mean, they're made to be basically drop-in conversions, right? They're supposed to be the same size, everything. Before I plugged it in, you know, leave it unplugged, powered off, of course, spin it over. Just make sure nothing's hitting, you know, binding up anywhere. You probably already did that when you installed it. But that's the only thing I would do. And after a revolution, nothing's hitting, I'd plug that sucker in and turn it on. It's going to be fine. That's awesome. You got a helical head. Man, I want to put one of them. I want a helical head on my joiner so bad. I just haven't gotten to where I want to order it up. I mean, they're not inexpensive. Really, you know, several $100s for the head for my joiner. But man, what a difference it would make. My joiner has the straight knives, as your planer probably did. I hate straight knives. I hate setting them. I hate changing them. I hate adjusting them. And I've got a nick in one of mine, or actually it might be in all of them. Probably just the one, because I hit a nail in some reclaimed wood a while back, and it's got a nasty nick. So now I'm kind of like, do I just get the helical replacement for it? I've looked it up several times. I've even put it in the shopping cart once or twice. I just haven't purchased it yet. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just make sure everything spins freely. Turn that sucker on and enjoy it. I hear they're supposed to cut much cleaner, supposed to be a lot quieter. That's super awesome. Paul says, Jeff might need to 3D print me something. If you're interested, camera mounts for a motorcycle. I can send you pics of what I want with measurements. Let me know if interested. Yeah, Paul, if you need something printed, I'll print it for you. That's fine. Time Serpent, old screws and new nails. Yeah. Sam dropping the super chat. Right on, Sam. Says, towards making a wooden hinge with only grease for lubricant. Be very cool to see. Or towards coffee. Cheers, Sam. Thank you. Appreciate that. Paul says, cheaper to buy a joiner with helica heads than upgrade it. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I mean, to add the head is super expensive for what it is, I think. But I don't really want to buy a whole new jointer. You can get the helical head. I mean, obviously it's less than buying another jointer. I'm not buying a brand new one for sure. The joiner I have I bought secondhand anyway. But yeah, I mean, it costs more than I paid for the jointer to upgrade it to helical. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of hard to it is hard to justify. It really is the upgrade. But I don't want to buy another one. I really don't, because I'm going to spend more than I have I think I picked up my joiner for a couple $100. I mean, it was a pretty good deal, I think. And then it's what, $300 or $400 for the replacement head. So if it's $300, so now I'm like $500 into it. But I don't want to buy another used one. I could probably buy one for $500 with a helical, but then the cost of you see what I mean? It's just a whole thing. I don't know. I have a hard time with it. That's why I haven't upgraded yet, but it really needs it. Kizzy says, when the OEM part cracked, I just turned it on. Metal shards were flying. I'm a bit traumatized. Oh, yeah. I can see that. Get one of those. Do you have one of those like face shields? You know, those like plastic face shields, safety shields. Put on safety glasses, put on the face shield, turn it on, and just to get over the fact that, I hear you. I hear you. But it's gonna be all right. Paul says, I added a head to my DeWalt planer. Cost almost as much as the planer itself, but it is Phenon compared to knives. Definitely worth. Yes, yeah, I know. That's the thing. I do not like setting straight knives. It's just the worst. I don't know why. I have such a hard time. I've made little tools and jigs over the years. One or two of them are even a video I've done on the channel. Using magnets and stuff to stick to the joiner bed, and then it holds the blades. It always still seems to need fine tuning. So that's why I'm thinking we'll just go to the helical head and be done with it. Yeah, but yeah, I know a friend of mine's got the DeWalt planer that's been upgraded to helical, and it cuts awesome. It works really well, but yeah, the cost is quite a lot. But Kizzy, it's gonna be all right. Double check that everything spins free. Face shield, take cover like you said, and turn that sucker on. I'm sure you're gonna love using that helical head. Alrighty, so let's see here. What's everybody working on? I'll show you what I've been working on. These little guys. Been working on these things. These are hoof picks. Used for like cleaning muck and dirt and stuff out of horses' hooves. These things, these were old door latches. The kind where you have the thing that it, hooks down into a little ring of some sort, and we blacksmithed them, forged them, into this shape, and that's what they are. Put a cool little handle on there, and I don't know. I was doing some cleaning out, and I came across these things, and I was getting ready to throw them away, and I picked them up, and I was like, man, that feels like a hoof pick. I'm like, I bet we could make that into a hoof pick. So that's what I did. It's a project video coming out. I know not everybody is going to need to make some hoof picks, but it's more of an example of ways of recycling things. Upcycling, is that what they call it? Repurposing something. An old door latch that's missing half of the things with a little bit of work can be turned into a tool that will probably be able to be used for a long time. It's kind of what it is. But yeah, just a fun little project. Did some blacksmithing using a map torch, hammer. I don't even have an anvil, but they came out super awesome, and my daughter's been wanting to use them. But I keep telling her, you got to wait till the video goes out so that I don't need to like retake pictures and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's something that I finished up here over the last couple days. Got the video edited, uploaded, and scheduled. That's going to be out this weekend. So we're making some custom hoof picks. But like I said, it's more so about repurposing things. Maybe you're going to clean out your shop and throw some stuff away. Well, maybe the thing you're throwing away could be used for something else. And that's what this was. I literally had them in my hand, ready to toss. And I said, wait a minute. I think that could be something else. So now they are. Now they're useful, and I think they'll probably be around. Honestly, I think they'll last a long time. We got Bacote, or what I call picklewood. If you've ever worked with Bacote, it smells like pickles. It smells like dill pickles. And then we've got some flamed maple. They turned out super cool. That's going to be this weekend's video. And then also on the bench. Oh, it's not following me. You're supposed to be following me there thing. There you go. There you go. Move my stuff out of the way. Also on the bench, I want to look down. Look down. It's like it's been Weed Whacker Repair Center around here, is what it feels like. It's been doing a little bit of repairs on the old weed trimmers. This is the second one. I'm fixing a couple of them for a family member. They have two of them. Both of them, neither one of them ran. One of them was a 4-cycle one. That one literally, well, it needed a little bit of tinkering, but mostly had a broken fuel line and just that bad gas, regular gas, like you'd put in your car, ethanol, fuel. Of course, you don't winterize it or anything. The gas goes bad in a blink. So that one had a bad gas in it. This one is a 2-cycle one. It's had all kinds of issues. I've had to replace broken fuel lines. I've had to tear the carburetor apart, clean it out. I had to replace the primer bulb because it was split and cracked. I still have it half tore apart because I still couldn't get it to where it would rev up. It would start. It starts fine, but you can't rev it up. So I had to modify the carburetor. Have you guys ever tried to work on a carburetor on some of these little engines? And they have these are bad examples because I've already tore them apart. Let me get to this where you'll focus. These little limiter caps, so you can't adjust the carburetor. So I had to get in there and rip these off with a pair of pliers. And I started it up about 10 minutes before we went live, and it seems to run so much better. So a little bit of fine tuning yet. This thing will be back up and running. I should have done a video on it, and I did not. Mainly because I wasn't 100% sure that what I was going to do was going to fix it. The 4-cycle one, that was easy. It wasn't really much to it. But this one had a handful of things, and I wasn't positive which one was going to fix it. So I kind of just been tinkering on and off. But I think we got it sorted out. It's not like I said, not a project video or anything, just something that I've been working on just to get done, because it's that time, right? Everybody's pulling their lawn equipment out, including myself. I did a video not too long ago about fixing some stuff, just getting things ready. But that's what I've been working on. This one is off camera, but I do have one coming up that will be on camera. Let me get caught up on comments here. Paul says 3 hours to change the head. Kizzy says I have the 735X. It's about 7 years old. Helical head was $315 plus tax. Okay. All the parts for an OEM cutter head would have cost $260. That's a no-brainer. I would have totally done the same thing. What did I make the camera do? Apparently when I had my hands up, it was doing something. I don't know what that meant. But yeah, totally. I would have bought it too. That's barely over the cost of the original. Absolutely. Sam says make your own foldable multiple guitar trolley for use at markets. That would be kind of cool. And I've thought about that several times. I do have one. It's one of the commercially made ones, but I thought about building one. Nice one out of wood or something, some walnut or maple or something like that. Yeah, that would be cool. Kizzy says, Paul, it took longer to install the blades than it did to change the head. So many blades. Dastardly Dave! What's up, Dave? Dave says, sup, all? Sup, Dave? Sam says, take your pick. Aha. Dun-dum. Time Servant says, you keep too clean a shop to have garbage that represents your YouTube journey to fill the shadow box. Oh, with all the rusty stuff and parts. I could find sawdust and things. Mainly because I do try to keep it clean. Because with it being so small, it doesn't take much to really make a mess. I mean, just working on these string trimmers here. I mean, I had to clean up just so I could have this table cleared off. I mean, it was just plastered with stuff. Now it's all over here. But still. Sam says, weed whackers are called Strimmers? Really? String trimmer. I mean, I get it. String trimmer. Um, I have to catch myself or stop myself from calling them weed whackers, because weed whacker, um, it's like the actual brand, right? It was Weed Whacker was a model. I forget what brand put that out, but that was an actual thing, right? So he started calling them weed whackers. It's like I'm trying to think of some of the other things. Vice grips. Vice grip is a brand, not a style of locking plier. It is a locking plier, but every locking plier is not vice grip. So I really try now. I noticed that I try to refrain from calling it a weed whacker, even though in my head that's what I just want to say. I just got to fix the weed whacker and be done with it. But it's one of those brand versus type of tool. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Paul says, it sucks working on anything on those small engines if you can find the parts. Yes. These little tiny carburetors, you can buy a imported knockoff for like $15 to $20. But I don't want to do that. That is my absolute last resort. I do not want to put an import carburetor on there if I don't have to. I would spend the extra money and buy the actual carburetor. But the thing is when they put these limiters on there, that just drives me crazy. And I was hesitant to pull these off. So this was the very last thing I did. I've been working on this thing literally for like 2 days. What did that do? I made it do something else again. I've had everything apart. Spark plugs. I've replaced fuel lines, fuel filters, had the carburetor apart. Like I said, primer bulb, everything. I've had the whole thing apart, adjusted the throttle, everything. Cannot get it to work. The very last thing I do before I even think about replacing the carburetor is rip these off and then see if I can actually fix it by actually being able to make the adjustments. I think it's going to work for this one. Like I said, I started it up after cranking the screw way out. It seems like it's going to run great. So, I don't know. It's just, I like working on this kind of thing, but it is tricky because everything's so tiny, right? The carburetor, the carburetor's 1.5 inches square. It's totally not like rebuilding, a Holley 4-barrel kind of thing. Sam says, would a V8 engine be powerful enough as a weed whacker strimmer? I think so, Sam. Have you ever seen the lumberjack type competitions, or the power saw? I think it's called power saw competitions. They have I don't know what the categories are, some unlimited category where they'll literally have a bar connected to a V8, right? So they got a V8 engine and there's 2 big handles on the side and there's 2 dudes and they work as a team, right? So they lift up this entire V8 engine, and I don't know if somebody's got a hand throttle or something, and they cut and it's so cool. It's a V8 engine with a chainsaw bar attached to it. It's awesome. Dasherly Dave says, been working on non-seasonal small engines. Golf cart last week, generator today. Hey, nice. I wouldn't mind having a golf cart, a gas golf cart. I think that'd be a fun little project just to have, just to bomb around on. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, this one, like I said, this one belongs to a family member. They gave me the 2 of them to fix. One of them's up and running. I've already burned through a tank of fuel. This one I'm trying to fix just because I'm kind of tired of it feeling like it's kicking my butt. So you guys get determined, right? Where you just gotta keep going with something until you fix it. That's where I am on this. I should have stopped yesterday or the day before and just said, it needs a lot more than that. But I know I don't like feeling like the small engine got the best of me. Let's see here. Paul says, Sam, it works for motorcycles, so yeah, it probably could be used for lawn equipment. Seen a few V8 garden tractors. I have 2, Paul. Yeah, and the Boss Hoss V8 motorcycle, super cool. Kizzy says, we call them weed eaters down south. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how we grew up with them, calling them. It's only been recently that I've actually been conscious of not calling it a weed eater. No, weed eater. That's right. I said weed whacker before. Weed Eater is the brand or the model or whatever. Yes, you're right. I was mixed up earlier when I was talking about that. Thanks for the correction. Time Servant says, we sure do, Kizzy. Kizzy, Jeff, did you say you had a 3D printer a while back? I have an old Anycubic Cobra looking for a new one. Yes, I do. I have two right now. One of them needs to probably go away because I don't use it. Because I got a new one last year. Well, my first 3D printer was an Ender 3, Creality Ender 3. You know, kind of a, I don't know, beginner? I don't know what you'd call it. But it's, you know, pretty inexpensive. And it worked fine for what I was doing with it, which, you know, just making things here and there. But I had a big project come in last year, which I've already started working on this year. And I needed to 3D print some stuff, a lot of things, and quickly. So I had upgraded to a Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon with the AMS on the top. So that's what I have now, Bamboo Labs. It works awesome. It's running at this exact moment, printing kind of the centerpieces for all those plaques that I did last year. In fact, I'll show you. I got some right here. I can show you a couple of them. These are not painted, but you know, just some centerpieces, some of the models, you know, for the different awards. In fact, I still got some strings on here I gotta pull off. These are done in PET G. Last year I used PLA. This year I'm trying PET G. But yeah, we're running. I got a bunch of these to run. I've got a lot of them done. I don't know yet how many to do, but that's what I'm working on right now. But yeah, Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. It is an awesome printer. I would recommend it. You know, if anybody's looking for like a really good printer. And from my experience, for the most part, you don't really have to screw with it. You send your thing, and almost all the time it works. I mean, you still gotta, you know, there's a few little maintenance things you gotta take care of, and you gotta keep the bed clean, like on all 3D printers, and you know, that sort of stuff. But it is just incredible. And it works really well. I'm not sponsored or anything, you know, by Bamboo. It'd be cool if it was, but I'm not. It's just something that I bought with my own money, and I use it all the time. Sam says, just ask Styro Pro to borrow his mega powerful homemade laser gun to cut the lawn. I'd say grass, but it would cut the actual lawn in half too. I haven't seen that. I'll have to have a look. Jimmer's here. Jimmer says Harley made a golf cart. Really? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I feel like the thing's not following me again. There it goes. And Gina's here. Right on. Gina, good morning. Says, hey, just hopping on after a meeting. Did I miss it? No, not yet. Not yet. We're going to get to that here in just a minute. Right on. Sam says, Gina, hello. Edgelight says, I'm here. What's up, Edgelight? How are you doing? Kizzy says, cool. Yeah, it's definitely, it's been a great printer so far. Time Surfing says, those last year were crazy good. Yeah, we're doing some more. Got it. It's coming up. So I'm trying to get a jump on everything. So I've just been running, you know, 5, 6, half a dozen of each model. That way, hopefully I don't have to run day and night. I can just run, you know, 1 or 2 during the day. And by the time it's time to start working on those, I'll have them all done. Yeah, they were cool. Mike says, nice PET G models. Yeah, Mike. Last year I did them in PLA, but I wanted to try PET G this year, and it's printing fine. I got to go grab some. I got to go get some paint so I can get the paint on here and see how that's gonna look. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. I like them. They still take a long time. I'm running them at a 0.08 layer height, which normally a lot of my stuff I run at just your, you know, 0.0 or 0.20, 0.2 or 0.16, but these I want the finest detail I can get, so I'm running it at 0.08, which is about as fine as you can go, I think, with a 04 nozzle. Let's see. Well, Sam says maybe make a base for the play button. Yeah, well, we're gonna pop it open here in a minute and we'll see what it looks like. Kizzy says, did you say X1 or S1? I have the X1 Carbon. There's also What's the other one? Harry Dude, what's the one you have? There's another one. It's basically the same thing. But I don't remember what's different about it. But there's another model, and I think that's the one you have, Harry Dude. What is that? I can't remember off the top of my head. Sam says autocorrect actually sucks. Yeah, it does sometimes. Harry Dude says, "Look at you talking all metric." I know. See, I'm not. I don't know. I'm worldly. I don't know what the word is. Yeah, but it is all metric, right? 0.08. I don't know what that is. I honestly, I don't. What does 0.08 equate to in inches? I don't know. I got to look that up. I just know that's the setting I use. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do metric. Metric to inches. Usually pops up with an automatic thing. So let's see. 0.08. Well, why is that not working? It didn't bring up my... It usually brings up a conversion. Now I'm just curious enough to know what 0.08 is. You guys are probably going to have this figured out before I even find the stupid converter. 0.08. Oh, geez, that's like 3 thousandths. 3 thousandths of an inch. 0.003. Okay, yeah. See, so the 3 thousandths tells me more than 0.08. But I'm trying. Okay, let's see. Hair Dude's got the P1P. Yes, Kizzy, that's the one I was thinking of. Kizzy says converting millimeters to inches gives you crazy numbers. Yes. Mike says 25.4. Yeah, I know that's the conversion factor, but you start getting into those super tiny, like 0.08 millimeters. I don't know what that is. I know it's tiny, but like inch wise, I know roughly like 3 thousandths. That's pretty small. All right, grab some coffee here. So what do you guys say? Do we pop this thing open? What do you think? Should we tear into it? You guys got to tell me. This is exactly how it came in the mail. Just like this. I mean, there was a label on here that I took off because, well, I had all my shipping information on there. Little pro tip, if you guys don't already know, if you want to repurpose a box, resave a box, but it's got a bunch of labels on there, I always just take my heat gun. There was actually one right here and right here, and I lightly heat that paper label, softens the glue, and you can peel it right off. Sometimes it leaves a little residue, like that one does, but right here, there's nothing. I had to score around the tape, but yeah, if you want to resave a box, repurpose a box, you want the label off of there, maybe you don't want to just scratch it out, take a heat gun, heat up the label, and it almost every single time it'll come off. There's a little pro tip for you. Let's see. Sam says, did you know that Americans would primarily be speaking Spanish for a few other languages if English wasn't used, but Spanish is next in line to English, according to Google AI? Interesting. Yeah. Paul says, that's tiny. I know, it's small. They've changed it. Paul says, heat gun probably melted the button. I didn't get it that hot, but we'll find out. Jim says, tear. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I got to make sure I'm in an angle here where you can see what's going on. Let me change this view here because I can't see what the camera's seeing at the moment. Is it looking at us? Look down, down, down. All right, here we go. Let's open this thing up. You guys can't see it. Hang on, I gotta turn this tracking off and adjust this thing manually or something. I want you guys to see the actual opening. There, how's that? Will that work for now? And then I'll just have to like lean down. That side's already snapped. I didn't do that. So here we go. You ready? We're cutting the tape. We're cutting the tape. All right, you guys. There we go. You ready? I need a drum roll. Ta-da! No, just kidding. Oh, look. You can't even see that here. Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick. Rick! Well, thank you, Rick, whoever you are. I appreciate your great care. If the word's damaged, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see what we got here. Little letter here. Let's just read it. Do you remember your first subscriber? Your 100th or your 1,000th? Chances are you do, and we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed, and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. That's you guys. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community. Yes, we do. And we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber, I may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Sure. Well, enough of this. Let's look at it. Let's just look at it. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, they definitely made them smaller. That's for sure. There it is. I'm coming in closer. I need this thing to look at me. It's not looking at me. There it is, guys. And again, I want to say, this is cool. And thank you. Because it's because of you guys that we were able to even hit this mark. So, super cool. It's like a mirror. It is a mirror. Look, I could use that to comb my hair in the morning. So, right on. There it is, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for watching the videos, commenting on the videos, tuning into the lives, and just being awesome. So yeah, there it is. Now we got to find a spot for it. Super cool. Harry Dude says, keep heating the label and it will turn black. Thermal labels will do this. Really keep heating and the whole thing will turn black. Yes. Yeah. Usually when the thermal label starts to turn black, that's when I know it's warm enough. Gina says, open it. Sam, don't drop it. Oh, there's the time surfer with the drums. Nice. Sam says, made from metal and wood backing. Yeah, someone cut it in half. I've seen that. Paul says, needs a big shadow box. Yeah, we need to make this a little bit bigger. Some sort of a thing. Since they made these smaller, we're going to have to rebuild it and make it bigger. Absolutely. Sam says, don't get teary-eyed. No, I just... I appreciate all of you. Here, dude, it's got to go on the wall just above the home built sign. Gina says, woohoo, congratulations, it's so shiny. For now. Paul says, so is it plastic or metal? I think, Paul, the outer edge, it's aluminum. It's a brushed aluminum. I don't know if it'll focus on the side. I can't see what, there, I got to switch views. I don't know if you can, probably won't focus with my head in the way. There you go, sort of. You can see that. It's like a thin aluminum bent around there, and then it's etched. Etched or maybe screen printed. I don't know. Hey, look. There's you guys. No, it's still following me. It is metal. It's aluminum. Yeah. Sam says smaller, less material to make, more money for Google. Yeah, I like the bigger ones a little bit better, but that's cool. That's fine. You can't. I'm not complaining. Time serving side of the sandpaper organizer. Thought about that. Kizzy says, congrats. You deserve it. Thank you, Kizzy. I appreciate that. Edgelight, do you get one for 50 subscribers? That's what I'm shooting for. Bam! There you go. Everyone, go subscribe to Edgelight. 50 subscribers. Come on. You'd be able to see it in the lives, but you wouldn't see it in the videos. I don't know. I don't know where. Maybe I should rebuild this. My like drill shelf. Or maybe we just put it here. Maybe we just hang it there. What do you think? I don't know. Do we put it right there? Maybe? I mean, I'm not against that at all. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Here, dude says looks like folded aluminum with laser etched writing. Yep, that. It is definitely aluminum. Sam says make a YouTube play button guitar. That'd be kind of cool. Here, dudes, well done, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Sam says aluminium. Yes. Or Sam. Gina said aluminium. Sam says congrats, you legend. Thank you. Kizzy says, can't find many Bamboo Lab on Amazon to look at specs and reviews. A ton of FlashForge, Ender, Creality, and Anycubic. Just go to their website, bamboolabs.com, I think. That's where I ordered everything from. It seems though I remember, I don't think they sell on Amazon, if I remember correctly. I ordered it from I ordered it right from their website, and I just ordered some different nozzles and stuff a couple weeks ago, and I ordered all of it right from their website. Let's see. Time Surfing says, looks good above the sign. Heritage says, Gina, thank you. You get it. Yeah, aluminium. But see, the thing is, with the aluminium, it's literally spelled differently here. It doesn't have the extra the extra E. Like if you look at the spelling, it actually says aluminum. Aluminum. Edgeley, I'd make a cigar box guitar out of it. That would be kind of cool, actually. Put a pickup right there. That would be actually pretty awesome. Sam says, my name is stuck in Jeff's head. Twice he accidentally said my name. Oh, did I do it twice? Whoops. Angela, congrats, by the way. That's awesome. Thank you. Sorry, Sam. See, I think what happens is your little icon is that bright green circle, right? So it shows up at an instant. Like, it's so bright, it just catches my eye. And then I just go, oh, Sam said, oh, that's not Sam. Edgelite, congrats. Gina says, yes, Harry, dude. I'm totally worldly too. Paul, aluminum. Kizzy, oh boy, I'm on the site. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Ever heard of the wife sleeping on the couch? I don't. It's just. It's necessary. Tell him you have to. That's all you have to do. Like, tell him all the cool things that he can make. Yeah, there's a world of things that need to be printed, and you need that printer. Yeah, they have some cool stuff. The little tiny one, I forget what it's called now. The real little small one, is it called the Mini? Maybe A1 Mini, A1. We have a friend that has one, and it prints incredible too. So I mean, if the size works for you. It prints basically the same quality. I think it's a little slower, but it is amazing. Everything I've seen off of any of those printers work. It prints awesome. Like Harry Dude said, he's got the P1P, I believe it is. right? Yeah, P1P. And that, it's like the same speed, the same everything. And it's incredible. So I feel, again, not sponsored or anything. I get nothing from any of this. But I feel that whatever you choose from Bamboo Labs, it is going to work amazingly. The print quality is going to be incredible and all that. So I don't think you can go wrong. The only reason I chose, well, I don't want to say the only reason, but the main reason I chose the X1 Carbon when I did is because I wanted one with the AMS for sure. Yes, you can get some other ones, but I wanted AMS because the project that I mainly purchased it for, I wanted to be able to load more than one roll. Because what it will do, let's say, I'm printing all these models, these mold thingies, in black, right? So at the time, I was running them, I literally ran them 24/7 because I was under the gun to get this project done last fall. If you haven't seen it, there's a video on my channel I put out last fall, making those black walnut plaques. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I needed to make all these things. And what I didn't want to happen was at 1 o'clock in the morning, I didn't want a roll of filament to run out. And then I have to, I lose a print. Or I only print one of something because I don't have enough filament. Basically, I wanted to load up the plate with as many of these as I could fit, which was like only 3 or 4 of some of the smaller ones. But basically, what I'm saying is, when the filament runs out, you can set an auto refill. So if I'll just load multiple rolls of black, one runs out, boom, it switches right to the next one and keeps on printing. You don't run out of filament. You don't lose the print. You don't have to babysit. That was a huge, huge thing for me because of this project. I could not afford to not have it printing. Plus having the AMS, you can do multiple color prints, and that is amazing. That is super cool, fun to play with. The speed is great. I wanted it enclosed because of sound, and they're not super loud, but I wanted one of the enclosed units just to, one for sound, but also because if you want to do different filaments like ABS and stuff like that, some of those need a heated enclosure. So I just wanted to get that heated enclosure to be done with it. Those were some of my some of the reasons I chose the one that I did. But really, like I said, you could use any of those on there depending on what you want to do, and the print quality is incredible. Let's see. Harry Dude says, Paul, instant fail. Aluminum. Paul's laughing. Harry Dude, we will learn y'all English proper and stuff. I got to call it the boot of the car, right? The boot and the bonnet. Instead of the hood in the trunk. I don't know why they're called that. The trunk, I think, was because that's where, like back in the day, the early cars, I think that's where there was literally a trunk there, and that's where you stored your stuff, was in the literal trunk. Time Surfing says, got a dash early. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Right on, Time Surfing. Well, have an awesome week. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a great week. Edgelight says, I have 2 Ender 3s, and they work great. Just slow by today's standards. Yeah, absolutely. I've got one. A friend of mine's supposed to be giving me his old one. I just got to get over there and pick it up. I got to do a few repairs on it. And then that'll probably just get put up on Marketplace or something. But yeah, Ender 3s, they work great. They're slow, a little bit louder. Not an enclosure or anything. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those. Paul says, the Harry Dude, I don't speak English. I speak Texan. Y'all. I found myself saying that once in a while. Never been to Texas. Harry Dude says, Bamboo Labs service manuals and after-sales service is awesome. They understand that their customers can be hobbyists or rely on these machines for work profit. That's cool. I, thankfully, have not had to deal with customer service, but yeah, I have 0 complaints. 0. Except, Harry Dude, did you get an update recently for the firmware for your printer where it changed the whole display on the screen? Wait, does yours have a screen? It does, right? Does it have the same screen as the X1? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But I had a firmware update and it changed the entire look of the screen. Kind of like I was complaining about my phone updating not too long ago. Changes the look. I don't like that. But anyway. Sam, you can make custom workshop storage with additional hidden storage for drill bits and furniture legs, for example. That would be kind of cool. Kizzy said my first one paid for itself with all the jigs and parts I made, but they don't update it anymore, and it's difficult and high maintenance. I need it enclosed because I need temp control. I'm in Louisiana, so the humidity turns my pieces into boats. Oh, yeah. So yeah, enclosed would probably be a great idea. I think the X1 is going to fit the bill. The other one's enclosed too. There's another enclosed one and there's an open frame one. Either one I think would work. Either the enclosed. You will not be upset. I guarantee it. If you pulled the trigger on the X1. Just saying. Maybe you'll have to print a boat. Sam says, y'all, LOL. Mike says, Canadian. The cubby versus the glove box. Yeah, the cubby. So you know what I do call? Sam, you tell me. I think I may be wrong. Like I've been calling, the cart at the grocery store. I've been calling it the buggy. Is that what you call it, Sam? Is it called the buggy? I've been calling it a buggy. Gina says I want a burger and chips. Oh yeah, it's some chips. Fish and chips. Yeah. Edgelight says Bamboo, when I heard went subscription based with their software. Is that still the case? I heard there's an upper. Oh man, Edgelight, I have not heard that. Mine is I have no subscription for their software. Well, I don't know what software. I use their Bamboo Studio. I use them for the slicer. You can use other slicers. Everybody, quite a few people I've talked to use Orca Slicer with the Bamboo stuff, but I use their stock slicer. I don't know if they have a different piece of software that might be subscription based, but I'll tell you what, the minute they make it subscription based, if that's a thing, I don't know, I haven't heard that. I would be switching slicers. But to my knowledge, no, there's no subscription. Kizzy. A boat. Yeah. Mike says a shopping cart. Yeah, that's what I usually call it. But I've been calling it a buggy. Or is it a trolley? Do you guys call it a trolley somewhere? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sam says we call the shopping trolleys. He says, can't find my tennis shoes. Found them and lost my coffee. No! You got to find it. You got to find the coffee. Can't be losing that. Yeah. So what do you guys have any projects that you're coming up? Projects in the works? Like I said, I was mowing the yard the other day and my riding mower just started quitting. Like it would just go along and just stop like it was running out of gas. And I've been watching this for probably a year. I noticed that the fuel pump, because it's a riding mower, so it's got a pump on the side of the motor. I've been noticed that it's like wet, kind of greasy, dirty, wet. So I'm like, man, I almost think that thing's leaking. So then all of a sudden it started dying. It would run for a while and then it would just die, like it ran out of gas. Start right back up and take off. So I'm going to be replacing the fuel pump on this thing as soon as the parts arrive. That's going to be a YouTube video replacing the fuel pump. That's coming up. Again, I got the hoof pick video. That's coming out this weekend. It's already scheduled. And we're going camping this weekend for a few days. So that's going to be kind of cool. It's all local camping basically. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Get away for a couple days. Not really get away, but sort of. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be kind of neat. I've lost my train of thought as I look around to try to remember what I was going to mention for a project. Something else I got to get to working on. Oh, I lost it. But right now I got to get that fuel pump changed, get the mower fixed back up. Got to finish this strimmer. But as far as videos, hoof pick coming out this weekend. Fuel pump videos coming up. we got to get to making some sawdust on a couple things as well. Harry Dude says, same here in Australia, shopping trolleys. Right on. Kizzy says, you know anyone with the Creality K2? Plus it's 1300. Oh, K2 Plus. Yeah, I don't. I've seen that one, and it looks like a competitor to the Bamboo. I have heard that they work well as well also, but I don't know anybody that's got them. I don't think I'd be against trying one of those either. Edgelite says, almost done with my mobile workbench. Holds table saw, miter, planer, router, and dust collector. Awesome. That's cool. Sounds like a really cool addition to the shop. That's so cool. Sam says, try to find a driving test place and see if they let you try driving on the left side. To Americans, this can be odd or scary. I can imagine it being scary. Maybe not scary, but it would just be weird. But I don't know anybody with a right. Well, I do have a buddy who delivers mail. Like all our mail delivery people have right-hand drive vehicles. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them do. Harry Dude says lots of setups in at the moment, as well as a bass refret, trim retrofit, combo amp to speaker cab conversion. Nice. Yeah, I had a repair I did last week. Got that in and out. It wasn't a super big job or anything. Got that done. And I might be getting some more out of that. The guy said that he's got some other things that need to be done. So yeah, that's kind of, I wouldn't mind doing that sort of stuff. Just I don't do a ton of repairs. The ones I do are usually for, the local gigging guy who really needs the instrument for the gig this weekend. And that's exactly what this was. Hey, I need this for a gig on Friday, but it's acting up. So yeah, that's a lot of the stuff that I do. So that's cool, Harry Dude. Sounds like you are nice and busy. That's awesome. Awesome. Edgelite, Kizzy says, Edgelite, is your handle, what's your YouTube channel called? Also, you're doing the woodworking on the channel. Oh, yeah. Kizzy says, aren't the steering columns on the opposite side as well? Yeah, the mail delivery people that we have here, they actually have the steering column on what we would call the passenger side. Back in the day, and there's probably still some that do this. Back in the day, I grew up in real rural Pennsylvania. Our mail people would literally sit on the passenger side, and they would reach across. They would reach over with their right foot or left foot to hit the gas and the brake, and literally drive from the passenger seat while reaching across. And that was just normal. And then now quite a few of them, at least out here anyway, they got some right-hand drive vehicles. And they have, of course, all the postal delivery vehicles. Sam says, Gina, try sausages cut in half and inside buttered bread with ketchup. Sounds good. Paul says, gotta go. Everyone here, have an incredible week. Jeff, I'll get with you on the camera mounts. Take care. Oh, right on, Paul. Yeah, let me know. We'll print whatever you need. So have a good one. Yeah, I probably need to get going here too. I gotta finish up this trimmer, get this thing out of the shop so that I can actually do some sort of actual work. We gotta hang this guy up. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of right there. We'll see what it looks like. I'll play around with a couple things. But yeah. Oh, and you guys saw this, right? I showed you this last week. These little planes that I made. I showed those. I'm certain I did. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Again, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you for making this even remotely possible. So I appreciate you guys. It's been a long time. I think we started this channel in 2011, I think. So a long time ago. Of course, then it was just a couple of videos, and yeah. So we've been at it a long time. It's been a long a long climb, but we got there. So, and we're gonna keep on trucking. So again, thank you guys. I really truly appreciate all of you. So cool. Kizzy says, are we the weird ones in the U.S. or are y'all the weird ones overseas? You know, Kizzy, I think, I feel like we're kind of the weird ones. Not that I would change it. I wouldn't change a thing. But when you look at other places, yeah. It's almost like it's like we took a look at how everybody else does things and said, yeah, we're going to do it opposite. Everybody else uses metric. Yeah, we're not doing that. Everybody drives on the right. We're driving on the left. Everybody drives in the right lane. Yeah, we're going to drive in the left, or everybody drives in the left lane. We're going to drive in the right. Just to be different, which I'm totally fine with. The thing is not tracking me. There we go. Anyway, Sam says, don't forget to smash the like button. It's totally free. Helps out hugely in the algorithm to push more amazing videos out. That's true, Sam. And thanks for being in depth with that, because it does. Every time you hit the thumbs up, you hit the subscribe, you share, like, comment, all of that stuff helps in the algorithm to help promote the videos. So, I mean, if you're one that doesn't normally comment on videos, when a video comes out, just go down and, hit that like button and post a comment. Even if you just say, hey, thanks for the video or something like that. Every single thing you do that interacts with the video truly does help the algorithm, which in turn helps the channel. So, and it's totally free. You don't have to pay any money, subscription, any of that stuff. Just by interacting with a video in some way is absolutely a huge, huge help to the channel. I feel like I probably don't say that enough, but that's on purpose because I don't want to be like salesman-y. That's not where I want to go. But I guess once in a while it's probably is a good idea to mention. It does help the channel for sure. So thank you, and thank you, Sam, for reminding me of all that. Kizzy found my coffee. Congrats again. Have a great week. Right on. Thanks, Kizzy. Right on. Glad you found it. And good luck with the 3D printer. You need one. Need one. Yeah. I'm sure you'll figure it out. And I'll be waiting to hear. I want to hear what you ended up getting. Heritage says, see you all next week. Stay well. Sam, you're welcome. Right on. You guys, thank you. We're going to get out of here. Got to get back to work. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking some time out of your busy day. I know everybody's busy. We all got stuff to do, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here in the shop. And I hope you have an awesome week. Get on your shops, make some cool things, build some stuff, fix some things, repurpose some stuff. The list just goes on and on and on. But bottom line, stay safe, stay well. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys all next week. Thanks again. Take care. We're out.